the fact that Donald Trump says that he doesn't like what Mr. Poilievre is saying about him and it's not positive? Your reaction?
Pierre Poilievre has said that he's going to put Canada first. He's going to make sure that our Canada First plan grows bigger paychecks for Canadians, that it protects the territorial integrity, our sovereignty. We're a proud, sovereign nation that will never be the 51st state, that we're going to find new markets to get our clean, ethical, natural resources to Tidewater, that we're going to make sure that we stop the flow of illegal guns and fentanyl and criminals into our country.
Those are the things that he's said, but the question is, what do you think about Donald Trump's comment about Pierre Poilievre?
I think that we're laser focused on what's best for Canadians. We're not worried about comments of people in other countries, because our plan is to put Canadians first, and our primary...
Are you worried about what Donald Trump is saying? Sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
You think that the objective of the official opposition should be to gain the praise of foreign leaders instead of to put Canadians first? Because that's what we're doing.
But how can a Conservative government tell Canadians they might be able to work with the U.S. or put Canada first if the President of the United States is already saying they don't like what your leader has to say about him?
I think at the end of the day, it's really about what's best for Canadians, and what's best for Canadians is to put forward a Canada First plan that is about protecting Canadian jobs, growing Canadian paychecks, ensuring that we're a strong, sovereign nation. And these are the things that Mr. Poilievre has consistently said, and he will work collaboratively with our allies and our trading partners while also diversifying our markets.
Can I ask you about the Ontario election? What do you think of the result? And are you worried that Ontario voters opting to go with an incumbent government because of the fear of tariffs means something bad for your party? Are you worried about that?
Look, it's great that Ontario electors were able to exercise their democratic rights yesterday and cast a ballot. And what we've heard from Canadians is that they want a plan from the federal government after nearly a decade of the Carney-Trudeau Liberals that has made life more expensive, that has made things harder. They're not any richer than they were 10 years ago.
What do you think about the Ontario election?
Than they were 10 years ago, and they're not better off than they were 10 years ago. And so we're putting forward a plan for Canadians that from what we're hearing, knocking on doors, talking to Canadians, what we heard just 2 weeks ago in Ottawa when thousands of Canadians came to listen to our message, and we're excited about our message that puts Canada first. We hear that message is resonating very well with them, and we've been calling for a carbon tax election because Canadians have been very clear that they reject the policies of the Carney-Trudeau Liberals.
Do you think it's going to affect the Conservative Party that there's another majority government in Ontario? Is it going to hurt you federally?
We're going to take our message to voters as soon as we have the opportunity. We've been very clear about what our plans are for Canadians. That's the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut taxes. First of all, with the carbon tax, we're going to take taxes off of
Doug Ford. I mean, he's a conservative just like
homes.
Stop interrupting him.
Are you interested in me answering questions, or are you interested in interrupting today?
You're making every effort possible to not answer the actual questions that we are asking.
So last night we had an election in Ontario, and when we have the opportunity for an election federally, we're going to put forward our message for Canadians, and that's one that puts Canada first. It's where we're going to reduce taxes for Canadians. We're going to axe the carbon tax. We're going to take the tax off new home sales. We are going to, of course, reverse the negative trend of housing starts having gone down after 10 years of the Carney-Trudeau Liberals. We're going to introduce a dollar-for-dollar law to stop the out-of-control inflationary spending of the Carney-Trudeau Liberals. And of course, we've got to reverse the scourge of crime on our streets with policies like jail and not bail for repeat violent offenders. Look, we're going to tear down interprovincial trade barriers so that we can we can trade freely in our country. This is a beautiful country, and we need to make sure that in the threat of tariffs from other countries that we're able to exercise free trade here at home. So we're very excited to put forward our plan for Canadians in the next federal election.
Just on Mark Carney, just a little word on Mark Carney. What makes you so sure that the Liberals would choose Mark Carney if he's so sneaky?
Well, Mark Carney hasn't faced any real questions. He's not facing scrutiny from media because he refuses to come out and talk to them. He didn't come out the day after the debate when it was proven that he was lying. He didn't come out the day after that. He's not doing any media today. So Canadians
face the press gallery and face accountability.
Canadians are left wanting when we have someone who's running to be Prime Minister who is telling what are proven lies and then is refusing to answer for those lies when pressed on them, when called to account by the opposition. So we're going to keep doing our job, and we look forward to media pressing Mark Carney with those questions. Thank you very much.